There we go. Awesome. All right. So how to speed up your metabolism in just 2 hours a week. So I didn't want to do like just a simple like, oh, just go work out, bro. Because obviously most people are probably aware like you're gonna have to do some kind of working out. It's gonna be almost impossible to speed up your metabolism sitting on a couch and eating ho-hos or Oreos, whatever have you. Not doing any kind of working out. So there's gonna be a little working out, but I want to kind of take a little time to discuss the not so obvious things that kind of hinder progress to someone who is trying to speed up their metabolism. So first thing is like, what is the metabolism? Not going to go super deep, super surface level. Your metabolism is literally when you eat something, it's just the chemical reactions that happen. That's the short and sweet of it. So I know that can be like kind of a mystifying word sometimes, but in today's society, in today's world, having a fast metabolism, being able to eat more food without gaining weight is a very beneficial thing because obviously there's a lot of tasty food. It's very easy to get said tasty food. So being able to have more of it and not gain unwanted body fat is very, very beneficial. So how do we do that? We're going to discuss that. And overarching theme is going to be we want to streamline. We want to try and streamline as much as possible. And that's like, we're talking about this. That's with a lot of things because decision fatigue, especially in today's world, is a real thing and you just get tired. And that's right here. So that's what happens is like you get to the end of your day, you've been making decisions all day, you're tired, and you're just done. Like even the smallest little decision is like you're fried and you can't think, oh, you just want to get done, especially if you haven't eaten, hangry, right? So it's going to be all about streamlining to create less decision fatigue. So that way you set yourself up to not make less than poor choices, right? And this is a common misconception. So we talk about like motivation. Motivation's great and all, but it's a very fleeting feeling. And most people think it goes, oh, I'll do something when I'm motivated. But it doesn't really work out that way. That's how people never really get started. That's how people fall on and off the wagon. They only do things when they're motivated. Just think about it. Like imagine if you only brush your teeth when you're motivated. That would probably make your dentist very angry. But it really goes action, progress, motivation. By doing things, it's going to allow us to feel some sort of progression, some sort of fulfillment going towards our goals. And that's going to make us motivated to want to do more. And it's a positive snowball effect. Okay. So how do we get started? Like I'm completely unmotivated. How do I get started? We start with something small. And that's really what this is about, this 2 hours a week. It's about giving you an example of what might this look like. Obviously 2 hours, if that's a little much, maybe it's 1 hour a week, but the principles are going to remain the same for the whole theme of what's going on here. So I created kind of like a week-long layout showing each day what you could do with a 2 hour allotment to start speeding up your metabolism. Okay, so let's start with Sunday. So like when I view a week, most people have Monday through Fridays like their work week, Saturday and Sunday are the weekend. Most people, as soon as they're done Friday night, everything goes sideways. It's weekend time. Don't think anything about it. And then before you know it, it's Sunday afternoon and you get in the Sunday scaries and you're thinking, oh shit, I got to go back to work. Oh shit, I haven't done anything. What is this week going to look like? Have we even gone grocery shopping? All that kind of stuff. So my thought process, Sunday, 30 minutes, write down your grocery shopping. I'm not going to write grocery shopping because that could take a whole 2 hours depending on what you're doing. But 30 minutes, you're going to sit down and you're going to write down your grocery shopping list, what that would look like. Just start with 1 to 2 days because this is going to give you some sort of game plan. You're not going to need to think. When starting out, I always advise people start with making sure Monday and Tuesday, generally the most chaotic portion of the week, is taken care of. Okay, so if you can at least do your grocery shopping and not just your grocery shopping, getting things, but actually like writing down what do you plan on eating that day? What is that going to look like? Because having that in place, at least you know those 2 days are taken care of. And here, let me see if I can pull up. I'll show you an example of what this looks like with myself real quick. There we go. So I'll give you a little example of what this could look like. So let's see. I wonder if it'll share this. It should immediately pull it into the video. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Can send this? Yes, Grace. Yes, I can send you this this for sure. Yeah, in fact, it might. Yeah, I'll send it to you personally with your email, and I'll also drop it inside the group as well. I think I'm trying to think of like how I can best get these resources out. So obviously, so my wife did this. Uh, I am not this beautifully artistic, but this is a sample of what it could look like. So we have the days written out here, Monday through Saturday, and this is just kind of something we've been working towards and slowly fine tuning of being able to do this. But we have a designated time. Sunday, we sit down at 8:30 in the morning every single Sunday, and we go through and we talk about what does this week look like, what do we need, how are we going to accomplish it. I delete it once I get it, except for here I didn't, but this way, we know we have a little thing on the fridge. All right, so Monday, where we have everything, we might even be able to prep something ahead of time. For instance, like for nachos here, like I don't need to prep them on Monday, like the meat. I could prep the meat ahead of time, do like a batch cooking situation, and that way, to do the nachos, we just throw everything on a fucking pan, call it easy peasy, nice and easy. Obviously, fish in this instance, fish cooks extremely fast. Honestly, the worst part about cooking fish is you got to take it out. We use a freezer. You got to take it out of the packaging. That's the biggest pain in the ass. I think it takes longer to do that than it does to cook the actual fish, to be honest. And depending on how you want to cook it, like this again, this is just an example of what it could look like. So by starting with this, that's going to allow you to have a couple days at least spoken for, and it's going to be really easy to know what you're having. And this is just dinner, by the way. You could do this for every single meal if you wanted to. And then Monday, you got to spend time to organize your kitchen. Okay. Disorganized kitchen is going to lead to fumbling around, wondering where shit is. And especially on a Monday, you're going to start your week off in chaos, and you're just going to go on autopilot. So the goal is to organize it and start systematically having stuff in certain places, just like your morning routine. When you wake up, there's probably a certain way you're doing things. You probably don't remember the first 10, 15 minutes of waking up. You wake up and you probably just do your stuff. And then, oh my God, you probably got to leave, right? You're not going to remember every little thing that you're doing. So that's the thought process behind here on Monday for Organize Your Kitchen. Obviously, you could fill this with whatever you want, but these are just examples of how you could use 2 hours to structure your week to start increasing your metabolism. And it's not these direct things that are going to cause it. It's the cascading effect, okay? So by writing your grocery shopping list down, obviously it's not doing anything for your metabolism. But by you writing this down, it's going to in turn allow you to make better decisions, which will help speed up your metabolism. Same thing with this right here. Now, Tuesday, this is where we're going to go into a little bit more of that direct impact. How do you increase your metabolism? Get the engine rolling. That is how we do it, by working out. So Tuesday, 15-minute full body weight body weight workout. Strength training is absolutely crucial for a fast metabolism. Starting simple is also super important, but if you're not working out, if you're not strength training, if you're not lifting weights, think about it like lifting weights is the light switch to tell your body that, hey, something's going on here. We need a faster metabolism. We need to build some quality lean muscle. That is the light switch. Without that, it's going to be really hard for your body to know where to shuttle those calories to increase your metabolism, okay? But just a nice, simple, full body workout here. So mobility warm up, dynamic flow, whatever that looks like for you. Three different moves in trouble areas. For instance, tight lower back or neck is very common areas. So maybe you do a little warm up for those. 10-minute EMOM, that just simply means every minute on the minute circuit. You do so every minute, you start the minute, you're going to do 5 squats to a chair, and then you're going to do 5 dumbbell overhead presses. Rest until the next minute, rinse, repeat for 10 minutes. Nice, simple, super effective workout. And then for the last 2 minutes there, just some relaxed stretching poses with some controlled breathing. Nice, simple, to the point. Not going to take up a lot of time. It's going to be very easy for most people to fit in 15 minutes sometime in their day. Not going to require a lot of equipment, just a couple dumbbells and a chair, right? So before I continue, how are you guys enjoying this so far? You finding this valuable? You have any questions before I continue? Still with me? I'm gonna take the silence as everyone is so enthralled with what I'm going over that they're just so into it and want me to get back to it. So Wednesday, 15 minutes, mindful eating practice. Okay, what the hell does that mean? Oh, let's get into it. So very simple one. Take a few minutes before you eat your last meal of the day and write down how you're feeling. Why the last meal of the day? Because last meal of the day, everything's transpired in the day. That's going to be where you're most tired and most likely to just plop down in front of the TV and inhale your food and probably not remember eating any of it. So it's a very simple way to slow yourself down. How are you feeling? Are you feeling sad, angry, excited, anything like that? But we have a tendency to autopilot, especially if we're in front of a TV, and go into like inhale mode. And this is like, I catch myself doing this. When you're taking a bite and you're eating something, and it's so damn good, right? And then you're too focused on getting another bite and not even savoring the one you're having. It's like, it's good. Nobody's hopefully not going to. I mean, I grew up with 2 other brothers, so it was first come, first serve. But for most people, nobody's probably going to eat your food that you have in your plate. So you really don't need to eat super fast. Slow down. How are you feeling? Just taking that check-in with yourself. Because this is a great start point to building those associations with like your actual hunger cues. How are you feeling? Are you just craving something? Are you actually hungry? Okay. Again, that's going to lead to having a faster metabolism. Why? Because it's going to allow you to make better decisions. And then cap it off, 10-minute walk after dinner. Literally, like, unless you live in like a super dangerous area or something like that, just set a 5-minute timer and then walk. And when the timer goes off, just turn around. Highlight also, it's very good for digestion to have that moving. There's a lot of muscles and everything that cross where your digestion tract is, and it actually helps kind of massage things, so it's great for digestion as well. All right, so Thursday, 15 minutes, gotta hit another workout, okay? Full body workout. Full body workouts are absolutely amazing, and I would say the best way to work out for most people, just because something's probably gonna come up, work's gonna call you late, or maybe you gotta go to a pop-up event, or maybe your kids gotta go somewhere, something like that. So make sure you're doing full body workouts. They're gonna hit like a little bit of everything. And I would say full body. Like to make this like true full body, I would throw in like a core exercise in here, which I kind of did right here. Okay. So like this would need some kind of leg exercise to make this like a true full body, thinking in hindsight. But same principles apply. Mobility warm up, super simple. You can do a 10-minute EMOM. Again, this is just like a super simple example. There's many different ways you could structure some sort of 15-minute workout. But 5 push-ups on a sturdy desk. Any desk, make sure it's sturdy, because I've actually done a push-up and the desk moved and I almost smacked my chin. Not a good time. Don't want to do that. And then 5 crunches, same thing. So following that same kind of framework, able to gain another 15-minute workout. Again, giving your body a reason to help speed up that metabolism. Awesome. Awesome, Nick. Glad you're finding it very helpful, man. So Friday, start a sleep ritual. Obviously, we're not going to go super deep into sleep, and this is not the focus of this training. But what is a sleep ritual? So usually we talk about like morning rituals are so like overblown. You could probably find some sort of morning ritual anywhere you go. You type in morning ritual, it's probably thousands that pop up. Nobody talks about a nighttime ritual, a sleep ritual. What could this look like? So take a few minutes to clean up the bedroom. It's really hard to get quality sleep if the walls are closing in on you. So you might have felt this before. Laundry. Nobody I know does laundry straight from. They do laundry, they put it in the washer and dryer, they put it away as soon as it's done. Nobody does it. There's always a spot in the bedroom or maybe in a room, but probably your bedroom where it's there and you're gonna get to it right away. But it's there. So that's just an example of cleaning that up, creating a little bit more of an atmosphere that's not closing in on you. It's going to help you relax. It's a very weird thing, but trust me, if you clean up the space, clean up the bedroom, it's going to feel a lot better going to sleep. Another way to do this, maybe start a gratitude journal or a mind dump journal. Okay, so a gratitude journal, very straightforward. It's just a journal or a practice. At the end of the day, you just kind of vocalize or write down what you're grateful for that day or who you have in your life. You know, you can kind of make it what you want. There's no hard like, yeah, this is the way you have to do it. And a mind dump journal is something that I've done many times before. I have a very racing mind, so this is just a journal to have near you. And then there's those thoughts back here that just pop up. Huh? They're there. And then they kind of go away a little bit, but then they'll pop up again. Those are the thoughts. Get rid of them. Dump them. Get rid of those thoughts. Just put it on the paper. It's going to stop the loop going on in your brain. It's going to help you kind of relax a little bit. And just a caveat to all this, like these rituals, you're not going to notice like some crazy benefit right away. It's the ritual of doing it over and over again. And then when you don't do it, you'll probably notice some kind of contrast. That's usually how these things work. And then the final day here, Saturday, 15 minutes, a day to reflect. Okay. If we don't know what went well, what went sideways or anything like that, how are you going to know what to change next week? Was it back here? Was it, oh, the first workout Tuesday? That's a shit day for me. I can't work out on Tuesday. It's just not possible. All right. So maybe you just move the workout here onto Monday. And then maybe you'll worry about organizing the kitchen on this day, something like that. Again, this is just a framework I wanted to give you to show you how there's different things that you can start doing to start making better choices, to start eating those higher quality meals, start working out a little bit more that are going to in turn help speed up your metabolism. And then I wanted to show you it doesn't take a lot of time. Most people, one of the biggest barriers is they don't have time, right? So there's so much going on. It's very easy to fill the time. These are just nice, simple ways to start rewiring how you think a little bit, start doing some better choices, and start seeing some results to build up that momentum. Okay. So Saturday, reflect, write down what went well, what went sideways, and what do you want to change? Because this might not work. Maybe you got to change some stuff, right? But you can customize all of this to match your particular lifestyle. This is just a framework. Change it however you need. But I wanted to show you that it is possible within 2 weeks or 2 hours a week to start making those changes to ultimately achieve, that fat loss, that more energy that you're ultimately looking for. Okay. But that's it. That's it. Oh, Grace, I've made a sleep ritual, putting my phone on sleep mode at 8:45, then focus on unwinding and getting ready for bed. I love that. That's amazing. So I too have this is a part of my sleep ritual as well. Mine is set for 8 o'clock. I have my phone goes into sleep mode. It's all gray and it's not very entertaining, and I put it off to the side. I don't even have it by my side of the bed anymore. I just leave that off and I start winding down. I dim the lights in the house as well. So that's another thing that you can do is light is very stimulating. So just going through and having like those warm color lights and changing out your bulbs for any of those like super bright piercing blue LEDs, changing out for more of like a warmer hue can also help your brain calm down a little bit. So Eric asks, would doing full body exercise for an hour 3 times a week still work with this routine instead of 15 minutes, or is it too much? I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna, they would, but so this particular thing, Eric, is we're talking about what can you do in 2 hours a week. So 2 hours a week isn't optimal. We're not talking about optimal here. We're talking about what can we do with the time that we have. Optimally, though, like in that context, like, yeah, in the perfect world, I think 3 times a week, full body workouts is probably going to be the best thing for 95% of people. But the reality of it is sometimes that's just a little too much. That's a little bit too much, especially like if you're talking about working out 3 times a week and then having to, on top of that, change all this stuff. Usually there needs to be some kind of gradual progression to doing that. Does that make sense? And also, if you're completely green and you've never worked out before, working out 3 times a week, like full body 3 times a week for an hour is probably going to be grossly overdoing it. You're not going to need to do that much, and you might actually do more harm than good. And so, there we go. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Eric. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you got if you got 3 hours to dedicate to working out, I would highly suggest full body or maybe like full body upper lower, depending. But really you're going to be good either way with one of those, and that's awesome. Metabolism boosting foods. So the best metabolism boosting foods you're going to be able to have is going to be either protein or fiber. I know those are kind of categories of foods, but there's no one particular food that makes a difference. It's just like how there's not one particular food that's going to set you back. Like there's no one thing that you can eat that's going to make true change in your body composition, your weight and your fat. Sorry, your weight, yeah, but your true fat, no. And the same thing's in reverse. It's more so like those overarching things you're doing. Like, are you hitting? The best thing you can do is making sure you're hitting for most people 0.6 to zero point 0.8 on the higher end gram of protein per target body weight. So I can show you what that looks like real quick here. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? I'm going to share this again. Let's go down here. So I'm going to share my screen so I can bring you through how I get this. All right. So let's say, you are, again, we're just going to use arbitrary numbers. This can be interchanged for however you want. You are 6'2", and you're 250 pounds. Okay. Ideally, you would want to be, let's say, 220. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take 220. I'm just going to come back up here. And on the lower end, we're going to times that by 0.6 to equal. Hold on. Computer is going very slow. So 132. And then we can use the higher end right below it, 0.6 or 0.8 equals 176. So this right here, Ned, this for protein This right here is going to be your minimum. I spell it right? Minimum, yes. Yeah, so that's going to be your minimum. And this is your, let's say, ideal top end. Okay. But anywhere in here is going to be good. So you got a range, right? So you have, what is that, 44? Yeah. Yes. So 44 grams of protein fluctuating depending. Okay. And what could that look like? That could look like, that's roughly, so that's about 8 ounces of a generally lean meat. That's going to be what that is. So maybe, I think that's probably close, maybe like a, actually it'd be more like a point or 6 to 8 ounces of generally lean meat. And by generally lean meat, that's going to be your chicken thighs, maybe your 90-10 beef, your pork. Pork's actually really lean. Depending on, obviously bacon's not. But yeah, you get the idea. That's meat sources, and then you can talk. I can only know the ratios are at the top of my head for more vegan sources, but I believe tofu might fit in that category. You might need a little bit more, but you get the idea. Doing this is going to do much more for your metabolism than trying to find out one special magical food that's going to all of a sudden rev up your metabolism. Does that make sense, Ned? Perfect, Grace. Uh, and just to make sure, could you guys see how I was doing kind of that, like, the math there on how to figure that out? I couldn't see I couldn't see the screen, so. Perfect. Awesome. My delay is impressive. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and see if it's like, if there's like a there's usually some kind of like default delay. But it looks like, so I'm watching the video right now, it looks like there's like maybe even like a 10-second delay. It's a long time. Cool. Uh well guys, any other questions before I wrap up the call that pertains to this? If you have any other questions that pertain to other things, ask them within the group. That's also going to help me give some context of what people might be searching for trainings, give me some ideas. So if you do have anything else, feel free to ask in the group, or that's ideal. If you don't want to do that, then shoot me a message with the idea. Yeah, delay is kind of wild. But yeah, so that is, stop recording there.